So welcome to part 4 of our cargo trailer to camper build. I want to give a big shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day, especially to my mom Uda and my sister-in-law Jolene. And we also got some really good news today that my nephew Kevin had his first child, healthy baby boy. So congratulations to them. And kudos out to my cameraman today, Robbie, which you've seen in previous videos.
Hello, YouTube.
And so we're going to show you what we've gotten accomplished in the last week. Luckily for me, my job's gotten a little bit slower. I've had a little more time after work. This weekend was very productive. It's Sunday afternoon, so we've got a lot accomplished. One of the things I'm going to show you is, Robbie's going to hand off the camera to me, is I had 2 RV vents installed in the trailer when I bought it. I got Camco RV vent covers installed, and I'm going to show you that now. He's going to hand off the camera to me, and I'm going to show you those. So these are the Camco RV covers. I've got 2 of them. I've got one in the middle, and then I've got one that's going to be in the, as you can see off to the left, is going to be over my bathroom area. These are really, really nice. I've had them on all my RVs. They're super cool because you are able to leave your vent open. If it rains, it doesn't matter. It doesn't get wet, and it gives you a lot of airflow. And as you can see, I also got a second coat of the fibered roof coating, which I showed you in part 3 on also. So this roof will not leak. It didn't leak when I bought it, and this is going to give a lot longer lifespan to the roof as well, and a lot of reflective abilities. It's going to definitely keep it a lot cooler. So I'm going to hand off the camera back to my cameraman, and we're going to show you the rest of what we've done on the exterior. Basically, because of it being a cargo trailer, you want to be able to be outside camping. So what we've been able to do is we added outside outlets. So what I did with this one to keep it out of the way is I mounted it just in front of the wheel well, and it's a typical household weatherproof cover, and it gives me access out here. When I have my camp kitchen here, I can plug in my coffee maker, whatever you want to use on the exterior. The next thing we did was, the one thing I did not like about the trailer was it came with what they call a sandfoot jack, which I'll show you. The tongue was not, the jack stand was not tall enough to actually lift it without having to put blocks underneath it in order to get it off the hitch ball. So I got this off of eBay, $13 free shipping, and it gives me the extra 6 inches that I needed, you know, to get the tongue off of the hitch ball. One thing I did not get to today was bubble levels. These things are phenomenal. You can mount them on, you need to mount actually one on the front and one on the side, so you can get left to right, front to rear leveling. So that's going to be my next addition. I also did add another outlet on the tongue of the trailer, which is also a weatherproof cover. I do want to repaint this because this is how it came from the factory. That's the last 5 of my VIN number. This way, when I picked it up, they knew which trailer to get for me. Okay, so, and everything else is pretty much the same on this side. We're going to go walk around on the inside because that's where most of the work has been done over the weekend. We got the whole inside redone, which we'll show you right now. And actually, before we go inside, the other thing we added was also the exterior light. Once again, eBay, it came with an amber light cover and a clear. Amber is better for keeping the bugs away, so that's what I went with. I'm going to save the clear one. I've heard different stories on it works, it doesn't work, but I'm going to give it a try. But anyway, so we got that mounted as well. The one thing I will tell you is when you run the wiring, make sure you seal the hole real well. I use silicone caulk where it goes through the wall. So All right, so as I told you before, when we bought the trailer, it was lined with 3/8 plywood. We ended up unfortunately having to take it off in order to re-insulate the walls, which I showed you in the previous video. What we did was we ran the wiring that needed to be done before the walls went up. So as you can see, we've got the wiring hanging here, working on trying to get that done. So let's focus on the walls first. Basically, what we did was we went from 3/8 plywood to 1/4 inch Luan plywood. We basically lost half the weight. It made it lighter. Like I said, my goal is under 2,000 pounds. So this is half the weight of what we had originally. One of the things we had to deal with was because you're dealing with metal studs, so we use self-tapping screws. And if you notice, everything's in line. Don't just do them haphazard, random. We have everything. We had everything measured out so that everything looks uniform. Because what I want to do is be able to stain this, polyurethane it, and have a nice finish. And at least when you see the screws, it's going to look pleasing to the eye. As I said in one of my videos, I was not very happy with the window cranks. These were the factory window cranks that came with the windows I bought. Like I said, they were shed roofs, or shed windows. So these were the factory cranks. Like I said, they stick out this far, you're going to get caught on them. This is basically what I have now. Okay, I got them on eBay once again, and they fit perfectly. A whole lot of difference in the depth. You're not going to get caught on them, and I believe they actually fit better. So I was very happy with that. So anyway, like I said, we reframed everything, got the plywood back up, we did the ceiling as well. Like I said, everything's insulated. The next thing we did was, my brother, my cameraman, Robbie, he has a conversion van. And what they do is they do what they call infinity lights. They're that like mood lighting with the mirrors, and you know, it looks really nice. Well, I wanted to do something like that in the camper. I looked online, I could not really find it. Conversion vans are not cool per se anymore. His is a 2002 conversion van. Thank you very much, Robbie.
You got it.
So anyway, I wanted that look. Well, couldn't find it. So what we did last week was we went to the junkyard. Basically, what I found, I don't even know what year conversion van it was, but this is what they have over the headliner. Basically, this all lights up in white, and this is where you're going to be using in the center part of the camper for that real subtle mood lighting. Got it for 25 bucks. And basically what it is 2 rows of LED lights. This is old school. This is probably out of a, I want to say it was probably like an early 90s Ford conversion van. Solid oak, and this is what we're going to use for mood lighting up on the roof. So we got that for a great price. It's one of those items that not a lot of people are looking for. Like I said, we got everything all mounted. I think that pretty much covers what we've got. We got the screws pretty much, like I said, all in a parallel line, and I think that's it. Cut. Alright, so the other thing that you have to remember when you're going to repanel it is the grain pattern. Pretty much all the panels that we did were, this is your 4-foot level, so we did them horizontal, trim the top part. You want to make sure that you're doing them all the same way. We could have done it differently and saved a little bit of scrap, but you're going to lose the consistency. So basically all of our panels are going horizontal. That gives you a much better grain pattern, more consistency. It doesn't look like you just kind of fitted it together. As Robbie's showing you, it gives you a much better flow. Alright, the other thing we did was we ran power. I'm going to do a vent fan up here in the bathroom area, and also you're going to notice this area is not paneled. That's because this is going to be my entertainment center. You're never going to see this wall. I'm going to use some scrap pieces just to kind of help hold the insulation in, but that's going to be where we're at. I also reinstalled the factory aluminum trim around the door just for the aesthetics of it. Once we're actually done with the build, we're going to go back and finish off all the seams. But I don't want to finish them off now because we don't know where cabinets are going to end, that kind of thing. So once that's all done, I'm going to go back, trim off all the seams, and it'll give it a finished look. What I'm going to do around the windows is I'm going to do basically what is going to be door casing. We're probably going to stain it a little bit darker. I'm leaning towards leaving the wood just a natural polyurethane, doing a little bit of a stain on the trim just to give it a kind of a color contrast, kind of break it up so that it's not all just consistent. The other issue we had, actually Robbie, if you want to go back up front, that we had is the back corner is where all the factory wiring, the lights and everything else is. What we're going to do is we're going to do a 45 on probably a piece of 1x6, make a channel where I can run power, I can put some outlets, I can pretty much hide everything, which is the one hard part with the trailer only having 1-inch thick walls. You can't put outlets in very easily, so you have to kind of be creative with how you're going to get it all to work. So that's what we're going to be working on. I know I've been trying to do a video once a week, and next weekend is going to be an off week. We are actually going to take this camping. We're going to rough it a little bit, but this is going to be better than a tent. We're going to do some air mattresses because I got a weekend coming up, so we're going to do that. The one other thing I want to show you is, like I said, we're going to do the roof vent. We're going to do the infinity lights. I want to be able to have switches. So this is where pretty much everything's going to end up. So when you walk in, you have your roof vent switch, you have the lights for the ceiling, the outside light. The key to this is make sure you label everything. That's what this tape is. It's telling me which wire is going to what. That's important. Make sure you know where your wires are going. The one other thing also we did is we actually added a FM antenna. It's basically just one of those little, what they call rubber ducky antennas. We mounted that in the front. It worked out really good. They had a piece of wood up there. It was nice and solid. We sealed it up really good. Like I said, this is going to be my entertainment center, the TV, the stereo, all that's going to be right here. So that's what we got accomplished this week. Anyway, so please comment, subscribe, like, and God bless and happy Mother's Day to all you moms.
God bless and happy Mother's Day.